to Sestra-Tainment. I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything Entertainment.
And so today you are first, sis.
Yes.
What do you have?
So the first thing that I want to talk about is a movie that I watched on Apple TV.
Okay.
And it is called Fountain of Youth.
Oh, all right.
Yes. So just to go over the cast. So you have John Krasinski.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From The Office.
Yeah.
And what is that other show that he did? That was
I forgot what it was.
Somewhere he was like a Tom Cruise type.
Yeah. What was that? Reach? Not Reacher.
No, it's not Reacher.
What was the other one? I can't remember.
It was Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah. So he plays Luke Perdue. We also have Natalie Portman, who plays Charlotte Perdue. So they're brother and sister.
Okay.
Now, what's happening is, because I want to let you know a couple of things before I really get into the cast. And what's happening is, so Luke and his sister Charlotte, they're kind of they have like a in and out relationship.
Okay.
Because Luke is just like his father, their father, where he is he's like Indiana Jones. He wants to go around finding treasures.
Okay.
And the father's whole thing is the treasure is not the win. The experience that it took to get there is the win. That's where all of the information and everything comes from. That's where the excitement comes from. Is that journey up to it, so that you might not find anything. Somebody might have already taken it.
Okay.
But it's the experience that you had building up to it. So now that you have Luke wanting to do more digging in his Indiana Jones type way of trying to figure out stuff, he is actually saying that he found the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, okay.
So now he to get his sister's attention, he does things that's very unlawful.
Okay.
And basically, what he does is his sister is running a museum, a fine art museum. So he's in the museum, he's talking to his sister, and then he just yanks a painting off of the wall while he's talking to his sister. Cool. And when he does that, now all the alarms are going off. Yeah. Now the door's starting to go down and close. He runs out, she's running after him. So now people are like, oh, they did this together. So now she is like in trouble.
Oh gosh.
And so it's the whole thing like with them going back and forth.
Is this a comedy?
It's kind of like a comedy.
Oh, okay.
It's like Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones has some funny parts, but then also it's like some serious,
action oriented.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, so it's basically like that. So now with them two being like the Indiana Joneses, there is a woman who is also trying to find treasures as well, and that is Esme. So the actress name is Eliza Gonzalez. Now she is the one who's going against everything that Luke is doing. So she's like, if he's we are in competition because I'm trying to find this Fountain of Youth myself.
Okay, yeah.
So they're every time they go somewhere and they get another puzzle, boom. Now they're fighting with her. She's trying to not necessarily kill them, but bro, I will take you out if I have to. I don't want to.
Right.
Type thing.
Okay.
All right. Now also what's happening is Luke is having everything for the Fountain of Youth funded by this billionaire who is played by Domhnall Gleeson. It's hard to explain. You've seen him. He's been in the Harry Potter movies, I believe, before. But anyway, he's Owen Carver. Okay. So Owen has all this money, and Owen is like, hey, I'm going to get you to go ahead and go through all the stuff, Fountain of Youth. Let me know where it's at. I come up, I drink the Fountain of Youth.
Okay.
So you have the group of the three and the girl, Esme, who is also having her own people that she's working with in order to get to this treasure as well. Okay. Now, the police are also trying to get to them because they're not trying to get the treasure. They're trying to get the guy and the girl. They're trying to get Luke and Charlotte. They took the picture because it's like, this is something more. And we already know that your brother always gets arrested. So now we can't say for sure that you are not.
Didn't help.
Yeah, that you did not help. Right. So now it becomes a whole thing with all of that. Now, they do have some people that they work with. So Luke has a whole like task force that he's working with.
Oh, goodness,
Okay. And his task force has Laz Alonso. A lot of people remember him from some of the Tyler Perry stuff. He plays Patrick. Murphy. You have Carmen Ejogo, who plays Debbie McCall, who is another part of their crew. And who was the other person? I can't remember who the other person was, but it's like 4 of them that are all crew. And then as they're trying to maneuver from, I think they were like in San Francisco or something like that, over to find other things. Now, his sister Charlotte, Luke's sister Charlotte, is going through a lot of stuff.
Okay.
She got a divorce going on. Her husband is like the worst. He has things going on. I don't know if it was something like he might be indicted or something like that. I couldn't remember. The husband is irrelevant. But it's the only reason that the husband is relevant is because they have a son together. With that son, where is he going to go? Because he can't be with his father because his father's got some stuff going on. He has to go and stay with his mother. But his mother is on a treasure hunt. So now you have this kid who's going around to all of these different countries to get all of the different pieces.
Because he's on a treasure hunt himself.
Because he is with his mom and his aunt, so he's going around with them. But he's also a music prodigy. And how do you open up the fountain of youth? With music.
Music.
Not that music, but yeah, this is like this is a little, you know the big dome looking thing that you tap the top of and it makes a different sound.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. So he was playing that. Well, those were there, and it's like, how do you get to this place? And he was just like, he's the kid that they're like, go away, like you're not supposed to be over here. Come on, you can't be while we're doing all of this. And then he's like looking at things. All of these adults are looking at it like, oh my God, I'm so confused. And he's like, it's not this, it's music. What are you talking about? And they're like, huh?
Like, how do you figure that out?
So now he's going from the hotel room to inside of temples with his mother and his aunt. I mean, his mother and his uncle. So the danger that happens with all of this, it is extremely Indiana Jones. This is like Indiana Jones Jr.
Oh.
That's what it feels like. Indiana Jones Jr. All that he's doing is... Like, if we had the music in it, I could see it being called Indiana Jones Jr. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I could see, like, because all of the treasures and everything that's happening, that you're seeing, that they're getting to, because they're finding a treasure in order to put that treasure together with all the other treasures.
Puzzle of treasures.
Yeah, to then find the map to find the Fountain of Youth. Now, the Fountain of Youth, don't nobody need to want that, okay? I'm going to let y'all know this right now. Don't nobody need to want that. So, now, Luke, this whole time... No, you don't. You don't. Well, I don't know. You might. I don't know. I don't know what your headspace is, so we'll see. But while Luke is trying to find this Fountain of Youth for the gentleman, Owen, while he's still trying to find it, now they found the Fountain of Youth. Now Owen's like, okay, bro, so go ahead and try it. Try the Fountain of Youth. So before Owen is even trying this Fountain of Youth, he keeps having flashbacks not flashbacks, but he keeps having dreams where he is in a part of this. It's like he's having premonitions, I guess, as dreams to go ahead and be able to find the treasure and the Fountain of Youth and what would actually happen to him. Now, with these dreams, he also talks to himself. In his sleep, he talks in his sleep. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why that was such a big thing of him talking in his sleep, but every dream that he had is something to do with his family and the treasure. So when you're seeing this, now you're like, okay, so now is he gonna have to choose between his family and the treasure? And then so once you get to like towards the middle to the end, you're like, okay, wait, how is this all gonna play out? And because is he a selfish man who, like the Fountain of Youth, will then make your reign horrible? You would be a destructive person if you're selfish. If you're not,
it'll make you better at whatever. More of what you already are at your core.
Yeah, something similar to that. But also it's
like wealth.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But it's like if you take the Fountain of Youth, this could happen because you can only get this power, this this, what is it called? Infinite power. You can only, infinite life. You can only have this infinite life if it's always if you want this, you got to have this. So it depends on the person who goes to drink the fountain of which way.
Right, it's going to go.
You're going to go. Which is kind of, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, I get it.
It's a crossroads.
I mean, yeah, it's a crossroads, but it's like, so we went through all this stuff to get to this treasure to then be like, oh yeah, it's tempting you, or is it part of your fate? What is it? Yeah. What is the part that's gonna do the best for you? Now, I will say that the dynamic between Charlotte and Luke is funny. It's cute. The little banter back and forth with the brother and sister.
Okay.
Things like that. How he gets his sister to relax. Like, okay, it's all right. Let's just breathe in and breathe out. And then next thing you know, his sister wakes up and they're in a whole nother country.
What?
And she's like, what did you do to me? He's like,
gosh,
no,
hey,
how are you? Guess
like,
what? Let's pull this map out.
Villanelle. I feel like she would do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, hey, good morning. You want some breakfast? So we're going over these plans now. Because the one thing that Luke wants is he wants to be able to use his sister, because he knows how smart his sister is. All of the information that she has from doing all of these museums for years and knowing the history of all of the art and paintings. He's like, I need her. She's part of this puzzle. But if she don't want to come, if she don't want to come, I will make her.
Ugh, that's terrible, though.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, Bill Cosby her.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, something similar to that. Yes, Bill Cosby, kind of a Kingsman type thing, more so than a Bill Cosby.
Okay. I was just trying to do something people can relate to. Yeah. Maybe everybody hadn't watched Kingsman.
Yeah, that's true. No, yeah. But so I thought it was a cute movie, but it's you already know what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah. Well, if you're a movie person, you know what's going to happen before it happens. Like, I was watching it and I was like, oh, okay, so this, and this is going to happen. There's the first 20 minutes.
Okay, got it.
And then I knew the whole movie, but then also I watched a lot of movies and TV shows, so therefore it could be that. Yeah, it could be that, and that's how you know. And we're telling people, well, you'll know because it pops in your face, but actually...
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
It might be easy for you and hard for somebody
else. Exactly. So, yeah, that's what I had. It is called Fountain of Youth on Apple TV.
All right. Sounds cute. Yeah. Sounds good. All right.
What do you have?
I have a Netflix show called Sirens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you like? Now, I'm probably about half.
No, I had to think of the ending for a second. It was like what I was...
So you finished it. Yeah. So, but no, I'm about halfway through, I believe. So I'll just give some high-level things because a lot of people may end up watching this because I did see this week. It's like one of the number one rated shows on Netflix. And it's like a dark... I don't know what they called it on there, but it's like a dark... To me, some of it was comedic, too.
Really?
I
mean, The sister. The sisters is funny.
I'll get into that. So we have a cast of Millie Alec, who plays Simone DeWitt. And Millie, I was watching this trying to figure out for the life of me, where do I know this girl? Where do I know this girl's face? How do I know this young girl in regards to her being an actress? And then it hit me finally. It's like, oh, the newest House of Dragons. She was the teenage.
Oh, you talking about that young girl? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the sister.
No,
sister.
I have no idea.
I've seen her on something before, but she usually plays the girlfriend to like somebody in a movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so no, the main Simone, I could not figure it out, but she was Alice.
You couldn't figure it out?
I did not. Well, I know I knew her face.
Oh, okay.
We just had this conversation offline.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Like, I know a face, but I cannot remember a timeline of where it was or who it was or what show it was or anything like that. So therefore, I could not put it together until I saw a picture of her younger, like a younger picture. Yeah. And then I was like, oh,
yeah, she's
as soon as I saw a picture of her not being not being in that character of Simone on this show, then I could put it together. But it also lets me know my subconscious did know that it was her because on there, wasn't she playing like a teenager or something? Like she was 14 or 17 or something, right? Like she was younger.
That later on with you mean like the clips later on?
No, I'm talking about in the house. of Dragons. When
and Dress the Dragon. Oh, I could.
She was like young.
I don't even try to understand the ages of that.
Yeah, because everybody messes around with people that are like 12. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right,
But
so
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. She was a teenager before she had her reign and
So
everything,
she was in that teenage stage when we saw her like that, and then she grew up to the other version of herself. So when I saw the teenage stage of her, when I started looking at this show, for some reason I was like, she's too young to be like having a boyfriend who's XY. Like, so.
Oh yeah. When I first saw it, I was doing that too. I was like, why are we following this young girl? And she looks too young to play this adult role.
Right.
That's
what was messing up my brain, because I was like, wait a minute, isn't she just like 19? Yeah. Why is she with this 47-year-old guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm trying to wrap my brain around
I wasn't even trying to wrap my brain around that, because that happens every day. It's called sugar babies, sugar daddies.
So I guess my point, though, was my subconscious, I think, was still seeing her as the 14-year-old that I thought she was in Game of Thrones. Okay. So even though I didn't know that's where I knew her from, my brain was there. But anyway, I'm taking too much time talking about that. Long story short, you have her sister is Devin DeWitt, who is played by Megan Fahy, F-A-H-Y. I can't even talk. F-A-H-Y. And so I don't know how you say that, but Faye. Let's say Faye. You have Julianne Moore in here, so it does have a great cast. Julianne Moore plays Michaela Kell. Mm-hmm. You have Kevin Bacon in here. He plays Peter Kell, so they're married.
Kevin Bacon actually looks good for his age.
Yeah. It is. Mm-hmm. And there's always, 6 degrees of bacon.
Yeah.
Always 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, which is the weirdest thing that somebody randomly came up with to say, everybody is 6 degrees.
I'm sure that there's a 4 degrees to Samuel L. Jackson. We might have to start that one.
Probably right. Yeah, it might be 2 degrees to Samuel Jackson. And then you have Glenn Howerton. So everybody knows him from It's Always Sunny in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia.
Which is in Pennsylvania.
Why did I say that? I knew it was Philadelphia. But anyway, so he played Dennis in that. And then the only other character that I was really familiar with was Felix Solis, and he plays Jose. So he's like the gardener. Yeah. And so, long story short for this, because I feel like I spent a whole lot of time on the beginning part.
Yeah, you have to do the setup. Like,
you do for this one in a way, because it's just different. So you have Julianne Moore when it first starts, and she has this bird, I think it's like a falcon or something. So she's really attached for whatever reason to this falcon, and she has a preservatory, and she just wants to go and let this bird go, and the bird starts taking off and flying. And at first I was like, what's going to happen to the bird? Is it going to get shot? Like, what's going to happen? Because I don't know why it kind of made me feel that way.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. It was very, it was foreshadowing of the bird a lot.
Yeah, so I was just like, what's going on with this bird, and why are they making it feel like this bird is so important? So then you move on. There's nothing right there and there with the bird. So then all of a sudden it goes to her sister, who is getting out of jail. And she's like one of those people who, I guess in this day and time, would be a version of goth, I guess, a lot of black, a lot of, hair all over the place. You can tell she's just, a wild child.
She's a type B person.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, type A is very much like the sister's type A. She's type B. She's more like, I'm just going with the flow.
I'm a free bird. I'm a free bird.
I'm going with the flow. She is
that falcon. She's a free bird.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going with the flow, trying to get everything, trying to get done what I can.
Get done what I can.
And the sister is like...
very type A.
Type A, like, uptight. This has to be folded perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happens is that the sister, who is a little bit more free-spirited, she comes home from jail and sees this big, huge fruit basket. Like she said, edible arrangement. I don't know why we have an edible arrangement. So this big fruit basket, she takes it into the house. The father's like, oh, that's nice. She's like, it's from Simone. And it's like, oh, that's great. And the father, I think he's starting to have dementia, stuff like that. So she was like, look, we need to take care of him. He's got some health things going on. So she had reached out to Simone to let her know, you need to help. I need you here. I can't do this by myself. And Simone didn't respond with anything outside of that fruit basket. So she never called her back. She never texted. She's not planning to come home. Like, no, not doing any of that. So the sister gets frustrated. She's seeing all these beautiful pictures of sunsets and beautiful homes and things that Simone is like her life. And she's like, and here I am just trying to make ends meet. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with dad. I got all these things going on.
I'm
I just
carrying
got
around
jail.
this 90-pound
So
edible
now she's
arrangement.
carrying the edible arrangement on the train, on a boat.
Yeah,
in
it was a
car.
ferry, everything.
Yeah, ferry, all of this to get this edible arrangement back to where Simone is. Now, what's Simone doing this day? She's having an affair with, well, I guess you can't say an affair.
It's not an affair. It's
not
like
an
a
affair.
secret
It's like a
love.
secret relationship.
Yeah, secret relationship.
That's why I was going to call it an affair, but it's not really an affair. Nobody's cheating on anybody.
Yeah, no.
But is an affair really all about cheating, or is an affair more about...
I think it's just how we use
maybe
it.
it's how we use the word, yeah. So anyway,
This
she's
is
having
how we use
relations with the guy from It's Always Sunny, Dennis. But that's not his character on here. But anyway, so the two of them are together, and they're trying to keep everything quiet from Michaela because of the fact that Dennis is best friends with Kevin Bacon's character, and it's like, we don't want to have it where I work for Michaela, you are best friends with, her husband, and I don't want it to feel like now she's going to say, well, my help needs to come to dinner with us, and this happens, and that happens, and all of that, even though she kind of makes it seem like her and Michaela are besties.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you see her rushing off because she's like, I have got to get to the house before Michaela gets there. So when I say rushing, it's like she's running up the steps. She's going inside. She's changing her clothes. She has yoga clothes on. And then it's like, okay, well, what does she do for Michaela? And basically, long story short, she's like her personal assistant.
Yeah.
But she's her everything. Like, really.
She's her emotional support human being.
Yes, that's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Emotional support human being. So everything that is happening, it's like, oh, I'm doing yoga. You're standing right beside me doing it. Oh, this is happening with my husband's, plane coming in. Oh, can you sext him for me? Oh, do this. Let's do every single little thing you can possibly think of. The two of them do together, and they even share gum.
That was disgusting.
It was unnecessary.
I was like, no. As soon as she said, how's my breath? I said, she
breathed in her face and was like, how's my breath? And then the girl was like, oh, it's perfect. And she was like, how's mine? So she breathed and she was like, a 6, take my gum. And she took the gum and she put it in her mouth and she kept it moving. It was like...
Yeah, she took the gum out of her mouth and put it in the
it was like they've been doing that for years. And I was like, what is happening? Now... For her sister, what's going on? She's still carrying the 90 pounds of fruit.
Yeah.
She's trying to get a cab there. It's a $75 fare because it's a holiday weekend. Little does she know that Michaela is planning a huge extravaganza at her home because of this. So basically, she has to walk even further with all this fruit, finally gets to the front door, and all of a sudden, somebody comes to Simone and says, hey, there's a lady out there with some fruit that says she's your sister. Yeah. And of course, Simone is like, what? Like you could just see like all of the color just drop out of her face. Like, no, not my sister. Of all people, that hot mess? No. And what other thing was funny with this, that's why I said it's kind of a comedy, is because whenever Simone is talking to the gardeners and the people, all the phones go off because she's like, stop talking about me. And then you hear,
Jose is looking straight at her. It's like, what are you talking about? And then sends it and everybody goes, and everybody starts giggling. Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, even the wait staff,
anybody who is the help.
Anybody who is the help.
Everybody's sound on their phone is off.
Yep.
Everybody looks at their phone and laughs at the same time. Yep. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. So as the guests are starting to arrive for a tea party, Simone and her sister are out there just fussing. And so she finally says, look, I'm going to take you to the house in the back. Stay here. Stay put. Yeah, come on. When you put your sister in there, that's the last thing she's going to do is stay put.
Yeah,
she's not going to do it.
Exactly, yeah.
Number one, she wanted to smoke. And you can't smoke inside. Literally, the alarm in the house, they tell you. Yeah, on the entire estate because it is a place where they have animal sanctuary. Yeah. Basically.
Even in the woods. Like, you were in the woods. And then it's just cameras. Like, popped up. It's like, hey, you can't smoke that. Where do you come from? Right. I just looked around in the middle of the woods and I was the only one here.
I was only here by myself and now you're telling me this. So
now you're popped up and told me this.
So in the side house, Michaela does meet Simone's sister. And so it becomes a little contentious, actually. And I was trying to figure out, is it that Simone feels like she has to, I mean, not Simone, if Michaela feels like she has to compete with Devin, or is it like, I need your attention? No, I need your attention.
Yeah.
But I think she can already tell that Simone doesn't really care. She doesn't want Devin there.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Simone is acting the way she's acting, but it's very, I don't know, it's very entitled. It's very like basically Devin's beneath her. So what ends up happening is that Devin does go inside, kind of makes some noise and does some stuff with the tea party. But bigger than that was that at the end of that, Michaela was like, yeah, here's some money for you to leave. What was it, $5,000? I think it was 10. I couldn't remember if it's 10 or 5. Mm-hmm. But yeah, $10,000, like, just go. Bye-bye. Stay at the inn. We already got you a room. Like, just get off my property. But as you're on the property, you start to pick up certain things, right? You start to pick up, like you said, cameras in the woods where people can tell that you're getting ready to do something. Like she literally was standing there, looked around, she was like, thinking she could smoke. Nobody's there. And then she goes to get ready to light a cigarette and somebody's standing there scaring her to death saying...
Right behind her. Right. Hey, you, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do it. So then he drags her to another area.
Yeah, but then that was another thing. Like the way that he it's like he's really good at reading people because he knows how to talk to people. Like when she walks up, like when she gets there, it's like, okay, so she's just a regular person like us.
Yeah. Right.
He could see that. So
some of the other people were like, no, she's going to drag us out to her sister.
And it's like, no, I vetted her before I bought her here. She's cool. Yeah. So I thought that was cute.
She was getting ready to smoke in the woods.
She's good. Yeah.
So what ends up happening is you just get this feel that the people who work there are all at this one spot because it's one of the few places that there's no cameras that's going to see them the entire time that they're on the property. So they're very much like, I just can't tell if at this point of what I've watched, you've watched the whole thing, but I can't tell if they're like scared of the woman or if they're just like, we're going to get in so much trouble or get fired or whatever. Yeah, Michaela, because they're just hiding from her. And so that's where I was like, feels
so as I was watching it, you think that Michaela's in charge the entire time. Michaela has all the power.
Don't tell me that. Oh, I wanted to. Because I don't know that.
Okay, but I'm saying Michaela's power is not just her. It's not just her that has the power. So therefore, she is basically kind of like, I don't know why I want to say she's like, what's Black Danner's daughter's name?
No idea what you're talking about. Like a medium?
The actress Gwen.
Oh boy. We're getting ready to go.
Goop.
Oh, you're talking about Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow, okay. Yes. So I feel like she's like a Gwyneth Paltrow type person, whatever.
Okay,
but it's just like, how did you get to this to be this Gwyneth Paltrow person? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's like she's powerful, but she doesn't have all of the power.
Okay.
So it's not anything like, I'm not giving away anything, but she's the powerful person, but she doesn't have all the power. So people are going off of her what she does with her as far as society, and they follow what she does.
Right. Because at one point you're wondering, like, is this a cult? Like, because she has everybody close their eyes and say a certain mantra and all this different stuff, and you're like, what is happening?
But it's like,
this is a cult. This is a cult.
but it's basically just like it is. This lady, once you get further in, you really see how it all breaks down and how she got into this position and what has changed, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well,
but everybody is like freaked out and afraid of her. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Because she is the highest of society.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she is the person. Like she is the Joneses that you try to keep up with.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So, and that was what you could tell from the ladies who were coming there to be around her. They're just all feeling like they're so honored.
Oh, I thought that one part was so funny.
Have I watched it yet? I wonder.
So, it was just like a little bringing another show into this.
Oh.
So, one of the ladies who is the three girls, Crystal, Emily, something, whatever the three girls are, the blonde one that's always like standing in the middle of the two of them, they ask about where they have been from, where they came from. So now she is an actress that played a nail tech in Florida on claws.
Oh, okay.
So then when it's like, so how did you get here? She was like, girl, I used to be a nail tech out in Florida. And I was like, get out of here. Who did this? I love this. I love when you break that, what is it, the fifth wall, third wall, whatever it's called. I love that. When she's like, yeah, I just came from a nail salon in Florida. And I was like,
moved on up.
oh, I love this. Yeah, but I was like, oh,
so
I
no
love this.
on?
No, it's no longer on.
So there you go. Yeah. So
I like how they tied that in, because as soon as you see her, you're like, oh,
that girl.
That's it. I know her from Claws. I don't know her from anything else, but yeah, she's from Claws.
Got it.
Yeah, so I thought that was cute how they did that.
But yeah, so I just feel as though, like, for me personally, watching it, as you're picking up on it, like, you realize the dynamic with her and her husband. You realize, like, she's starting to think, is he cheating on me, or what's going on? He said he was here, but I'm checking something over here. Like, I'm going with my women's gut and intuition. And so it's a lot of moving parts, and the bird. So let me go back to the bird, because the bird that we talked about, and you were saying there's some foreshadowing of the bird. Well, the bird ends up coming home, but coming home in such a dramatic and catastrophic way that it does not survive it. So I'll just leave it at that. So, but it is an interesting thing, because what ends up happening is, after her sister gets thrown off the property, she then looks through this, like, little, I don't know what you want to call it.
It's those binoculars that they have at the end of, like, piers or whatever, so you can
like
see out into the water. So they're on a yacht. Yeah, they're on a yacht. And it's like, what is that building over there? And she's like, oh, that's the Cliff House. So then she gets up and she looks, and then that's when she sees like some disturbing stuff. She
sees Michaela covered in blood, and it's like, what? And then she really freaks out, because she knows her sister is in that house. So it's a lot going on with this, but I'm here for it. I'm actually really enjoying watching it, but it's considered, they call it a dark comedy. That's what they're calling it, a dark comedy. But it's weird, because I don't feel like a lot of it is comedic. It just has those little, like you said, the one that you're watching, it's a little comedic parts.
That's all it is,
And then it's comedic parts in this. But the sister brings most of the comedy, for sure. And
I mean, I feel like it would be a very slight change in the wording, and it won't be nothing would be funny.
Yep, that's true. And even a slight change in the acting and the wording and the scenery of it all, and it could be a horror.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah,
it could be just a few things that tweak a different way, and it's like, oh my god,
it's a movie it's a TV show within a TV show. Yeah, within a TV show.
Exactly. So that may be why it creates a little bit of intrigue too, because people are looking at it, and it's like, what is this?
So I guess that's just considered like a mystery. Would this be considered like a mystery? Because a mystery is not a drama, comedy, or romance. A mystery is just a mystery type movie where you're trying to, I guess, figure out.
Well, but the thing is, for the part that I've seen so far, there is no mystery other than what went wrong with that bird. Like, there's no mystery of the part that I've seen to this point.
Well, and how far have you seen? What episode?
Maybe episode 3 or 4.
Okay, so so
I'm only
you're still
halfway through, so it's not enough to
know anything.
To feel like she's just starting to think of stuff that her, like, is he telling the truth? And she's doing her research, and the sister is, doing sister things and not complying. So but anyway, getting her friend to go check on her dad and all that stuff. So
that was all a setup, and I love how she did that.
It was hilarious.
I love how she did that. Yeah.
So, but all right, well, that's what I had. Sirens. It is a dark comedy on Netflix. So, what do you have?
All right. So what I want to talk about is A Simple Favor 2.
Okay, don't know one. But
okay, so A Simple Favor 1 probably came out when we first started doing our stuff.
Okay.
I don't even remember what year it was, but it was, let's see, it was quite a long time ago. Maybe 5 years ago? Oh, 2018. I was a little off. 2018, a movie called A Simple Favor came out.
Yeah.
2025, Simple Favor 2 comes out.
Well, we had
COVID was that long?
I was trying to give them the
benefit but see, this was 2018. It could have came out during COVID, and that would have been a great watch.
Yeah, but
a simple favorite too.
normally if you're gonna, well, I guess it just depends on if you're gonna do something back to back. But you have to think, like, even for those with Fast and Furious movies, they take years for the next one to come out too. Sometimes,
Yeah, but not
this many.
long. Yeah,
but I mean, if they were planning it for 2020 and then like, oh, we got to scratch that.
Yeah.
Like a year later or 2 years later, and then.
But then it also could depend on the actresses and the actors that are in it. Yeah,
what
that's
about
true.
their schedules, all of that. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
All right, so a simple favor 2. It is, I don't even know. I don't even know how to say it, but it's called Another Simple Favor. So that's Simple Favor 2. Another Simple Favor. But I don't even know how to go about this because it was so much in this movie. The first one was very well put together.
Okay.
The second one is like, why is so much happening?
What are they trying to do?
Why is so much happening? Yeah, I feel like they were trying to do too much to actually kind of get you off the scent of certain things. But yeah. But I'm going to go over the cast. So Blake Lively plays Emily Nelson.
Okay.
And Kendrick plays Stephanie Smothers. And them two ended up being friends in the first season. Well, the first movie, excuse me.
Okay.
Allison Janney actually pops in here on this this movie, and she is the aunt of Emily, who's Blake Lively's character.
Okay.
She is her aunt, and she also has, oh my goodness, what is that lady's name? Oh, I can't find her now. But she also has another lady from what is the name of the lady that played on Weeds? Oh my goodness, and I can't find her name on here anywhere. No. Oh, there she goes. Elizabeth Perkins.
Okay.
She was
I know her.
Yeah, she was the lady who was on Weeds. She was running for like something with the main character in Weeds.
Yep.
So that's how people would know her. But Margaret ends up being Blake Lively / Emily Nelson's mother.
Okay.
But it's her estranged mother. This is what it's supposed to be. So like, it's your estranged mother, but also she's off her meds. She ain't all there. Something's going on with her head, and I don't think she's ever been all there. Mentally, she had a breakdown. She had a nervous breakdown, and then she just ain't ever been right since. But the stuff that she's saying is making sense, but nobody's paying attention to her because they're like, oh, she's just crazy.
Yeah, she's not all there.
Yeah. So you do have Joshua Satine, who plays Miles Smothers, who is the son of Stephanie. You have really, it's not, well, no, you got to talk about Vicky. So you have Alex Newell, who plays Vicky. Vicky is the assistant to Stephanie.
Okay.
Now, Vicky is hilarious. Vicky is, I am your personal assistant, but what are you doing with your life? We are not doing this. Oh, we're hanging out with really rich people. I'll be on the yacht if you need me. She's a whole character. Like she could have her own show. She could have her own show. Yeah. So if you don't remember Simple Plan 1, I will go over it with you briefly.
Yeah, please, just for a brief moment.
And Simple Plan 1 ends up being a pretty good movie. I just feel like the way that you get to know all this stuff is kind of like a mystery, like the one, like Sirens. It's like funny parts, but it's not funny.
Okay.
So, Stephanie was a vlog mom. She was like the top. She was trying to be like this big vlog mom. She was a stay-at-home single mom. Okay. She was like, how do I make income? Boom, I'm going to go ahead and do some social media stuff. And from there, she ends up blowing up. Now, she befriends Emily. And Emily, who is like this elegant, bougie PR executive. And then their relationship just kind of gets closer. But what it is like Emily is like, so this is what a regular person, a regular mom would look like. An everyday mom. Not a rich and bougie mom like me, but this is what an everyday mom would look like. And then she started to like basically befriend her, but then was still acting weird towards her. So it was like their whole dynamic was weird because Emily is the mysterious character And Stephanie is like in amazement at this rich woman who wants to be her friend. And it's also a mom and watches her blog. And oh my God, we could be like best friends. This is amazing. So while they're becoming best friends, Emily says, hey, do you mind me doing me a favor? Can you pick up my son from school? Yeah, no problem. Stephanie's like, yeah, that's no problem because I got to pick up my son too. Pick up the kids, go. Emily is gone. Emily has disappeared. So now it's where did Emily go? Why did she ask you to pick up the son? Now Stephanie is going, while she's doing her vlog, now her vlog is going to be even more better because she's like, okay, so I met this lady. She was really great. She, she's giving me all this insight. She's really cool to talk to and everything, but now she's disappeared. I just went to go pick up her son. So now she is vlogging about not just being a mom, but now she's vlogging about Emily's disappearance and how it makes everybody feel, what she can do to help. And because she was asked by Emily to give her, to, I guess, like look out for the son and, to be over at the house and hang out and things like that before.
Yeah.
That now Stephanie feels like she needs to step into this mothering and wifely role, trying to help them out because it's just her and her son. And then it's Emily's husband and their son. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I can help out as much as possible if you need me to help out with this. She's being helpful, but the helpfulness does turn into her sleeping with the girl's friend. Now, all of this is happening. The end of the first movie, you find out that Emily faked her death. And there was a whole reason that she faked her death and the whole story about it. She had a twin, all this. Yeah, she had a twin, drowned her twin in a lake.
Wow.
Because all of her twin was a little off.
Okay.
And her twin was like, oh my God, like, you have the great life. You're so beautiful. You got this, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, nah, I can't have, like, you're trying to kill me, so now I got to kill you.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
They didn't fight in the womb. They're fighting out here in this in the real world.
Yeah.
So from there, now people who have thought that Emily was killed by her husband or killed by Stephanie because of the fact that she's gone and now Stephanie and the husband are, sleeping together and they're seen together all the time. Is this a setup? Did they get rid of Emily's body? And this is how it became like so close together. But then you find out that when Emily comes back, she has to go to prison. So now what is this? 6-7 years later, she is out of prison.
Oh, so that's why they had to wait. She'd been in prison.
Yes.
The look on your face.
Yes. That is exactly why.
Yeah, they had to wait.
They literally waited the 7 years that it took to make it so much more realistic.
I mean, you believe it?
Yeah.
Does it feel like she's been there?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's been a long time.
Sorry.
So, but I get it. I like that.
Yeah.
But so now, Stephanie is famous. Stephanie is making books and doing different things. She's written a book. She's signing books, doing a reading at different places to promote her book of, basically everything that she went through while she's just trying to be a vlog mom and single mom. Everything she went through for Emily and how everything how she became basically a detective.
Okay, gotcha.
So it goes into all of that. So now, while she's at this book reading, who walks in? Emily. And now Stephanie's sitting there looking at her like, why are you here? Like, you tried to make it to where everybody thought that me and your husband killed you. You faked your death. So this is a whole thing. So why are you in my presence right now?
Right.
Why isn't there a restraining order?
Yeah.
So,
Facts.
but the people, as she's reading from this book, and the people are seeing her, when Emily is walking down the aisle towards where she's standing at this podium reading this book, everybody's like, "Oh, girl, look, who's that? Look, it's her." And then they have their little spout back and forth, but Emily is a little off. So Emily's like, "You're my best friend."
Okay.
She's like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Besides the fact that you slept with my husband, you're my best friend."
Oh my gosh.
He's like, you're my best friend. And besides the fact that I feel that I framed you for my murder, you're my best friend.
Right.
I don't have anybody else, and I'm getting married, and I want you to come and be my maid of honor. And she's like, what? You are insane. Vicky, the assistant, girl, you better go. Girl, you should go. This would be a great another book. This would be another good book. Yeah. And she's like she tried to kill me. And she said that I tried to kill her. Like, I'm not trying to go down this book. Yeah, she's like, I'm not trying to figure that stuff out. She was like, hey, girl, you could vlog it too. She's like, oh. So now what happens? Yeah. So Emily is like, all right, so we're getting married in Greece. I need you to be at the tarmac at this place. I'm flying everybody out. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay. And Stephanie's like, yeah, I'll think about it, you crazy psycho woman. Like, and then what happens? She does go to Greece, is where they Greece. She fell in love with a man from Greece, and that then it's a story inside a story with that too, man. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with this. So they go to Greece now. Stephanie's doing this vlog, so she's like, yeah, why am I here in Greece? Because I'm crazy, guys. But this is the content that you all want. So I will be able to give you all the information as it comes. As long as I'm on social media, I can't get killed. I can't get murdered. Everybody knows me. Everybody sees me. Yeah. And so she's going down that path. Okay. And as she's doing that, now she's slowly, she's not even angry at Emily anymore. Now she's like, all right, you're a little off, but I kind of like it. Like you're absolutely nuts. But I know that you would never lie to me, and you're telling me the truth because of the fact that you're nuts and you don't care what comes out of your mouth. Got it. So now it's all of this is the wedding. So now, the wedding is it's a big mafia wedding. So once she gets out of prison, she's getting married to a mob boss. All right. Yeah. And that, like I said,
how did she meet him?
Well, she's the bougie, beautiful blonde lady who's in Greece with, the bikini on that's, in Santorini. I don't know how that worked. But actually they go into how it works. She worked at a bar and he kept coming into the bar and kept talking to her every night. He was talking to her, spending time with her, talking to her. But there's more into that story too. So that's what I said. So many things in it. Yeah. So because she doesn't have friends, because Emily doesn't have friends, she gets Stephanie to be her maid of honor. Mm-hmm. But once they get to, I'm sorry, not Greece, it was Italy. Once they get to Italy for the way, my bad. Once they get to Italy, everything comes apart. So the two mob families are going at it. Like you got one mob family and another mob family, and because of the wedding, they have to be cordial. Okay. This is a wedding. This is a sacred ceremony. We have it's a ceasefire while we're doing this. Yeah. That what we are doing right now is we're doing outside of the business. This is just we are people who worked in the same industry, and I just invited you to my wedding. Yeah. Cool. But that doesn't mean come and do anything. Yeah. So, with the first movie, I thought it was good, but with the second movie, it's too much.
It's too much going on.
It's so much. It's so much. So, you got a lot of people dying. I'm trying to figure out why people are dying. Like I said, it's the like more information that you're trying to figure out inside the movie, which I figured that out at the very beginning. And then it's also like when it gets to Emily and her family, that's where it just baffles me. I was like, all of y'all need Jesus in a padded room. Oh wow. Each and every one of y'all.
So the family is just not.
It's so much. The only sane one is the one that is clinically insane. Which is her mother.
That's funny.
She's the only one that's actually
sane.
Yeah, which is like crazy to say. But the reason why I say that she's sane is because she has her moments where she goes in and out of delusion. Okay. But when she's in delusion, like when she's in delusion, she's still saying true stuff. But she's like, it's the, well, nobody believed me when I said that my sister took my baby, or nobody believed me when I said that, she looks like this, or
And it's real.
It's all real, but people are like, you sound crazy saying this, but this is actually real. This is actually what's happening in your life. So you have the relationship between Emily and Stephanie. Then you also have the relationship between Emily, Stephanie, and the ex-husband, because somehow he dies in the shower. Why is there more death? Who killed him? Where did this come from?
And then natural causes.
It was not natural causes.
Okay.
So then you see him be like, "What are you doing here?" And then boom, now he's dead. It's quite a few deaths. There's a big major death that's in there. It is so much happening. I'm just like, it seems like they tried to make it a TV show, and then they was like, "Nah, we got to cut the budget. Let's make it into a quick movie and get it out there." But
and try to still fit all the stories.
Trying to still fit everything. I mean, if it fits, but I feel like it's like, I don't know. It's just so much. It's so much. It's so many things that are happening at once. It's like you're distracting yourself. I think the movie has so much happening in it that the movie is distracting you from the movie. Do you understand that? Do you get what I'm saying with that? Yeah, you're paying attention to this one part of the movie and you're trying to figure it out. And then this whole other part of the movie is happening. You're like, but there was nothing at all even said about this. And how am I going to remember something from 7 years ago to go ahead and know that this is how it's going to tie into this movie? So it's, if you're into A Simple Favor, Another Simple Favor, if that's your movie, Another Simple Favor, you're going to love it. Mm-hmm. If you just watched A Simple Favor and was like, oh, okay, that's a good movie, and now they make another one and you're like, oh, all right, yeah, this movie didn't have to be made, basically. It's like, it didn't have to be made. It's good, but it didn't have to be made. It's not anything nothing that's left, unsaid. They had to button up.
She was still living, but everybody thought she was dead. No, she was in jail.
She was in prison,
She was already in prison.
So now this is after she gets out of prison and you're making it a whole nother story. I want more originality out of directors, writers. Please, people, more originality. Let's not have a Fast and Furious with A Simple Favor. Another Simple Favor? Another Simple Favor again.
Oh, gosh. No, don't do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not a bad movie. It is a good movie. It just has a lot going on with it. But if it's a movie, if this A Simple Favor is the movie that you really love, then this would be a movie that you
should watch.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it. But to me, it was a hit or miss.
Okay.
It was a hit or miss. Shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark.
So check it out. Like I said, it is called Another Simple Favor, and you can find it on Amazon Prime. All right, sis, what you got?
So I have, just because of the fact that we are only about 8 minutes or so away from the end, I figured that I would talk about the AMAs, the American Music Awards, and the winners.
Didn't a lot of people with melanin stop watching the American Music Awards a long time ago?
I'm not sure.
Because of because American Music Awards are awards that are voted on by fans, correct? So it's like whatever's the hottest.
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and go over it, and then when we get there, then I'll go ahead and say my piece.
Well, I mean, so it just overall, there were various artists who won. One of the things that I will say is that the part that had me even know that there wasn't awards is that I guess J-Lo and some woman kissed on the stage or something like that.
J-Lo, she did like everybody else did. Britney Spears, Madonna. Yeah, she just kissed a man, kissed a woman. Bad Bunny did it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, did not know that. Got it. All right. So I knew that, and then what else happened on there? They said Janet Jackson received the Icon Award, which, I mean, hello, definite icon there, no doubt about that. I do know I saw SZA was there. But I also saw a clip, and I don't think it was from that awards. I think it was something else where SZA and Justin Bieber were on stage together.
Oh yeah, because she's on tour right now with Kendrick Lamar. So Justin Bieber did this a song with her. It's one of their songs that they have a remix to. Yes.
When I'm with you. Yeah. Anyway,
that's not the song.
I don't even know what it is, but I just saw them.
Yeah, nobody like you.
Yeah, nobody like you. Yeah, there you go. That thing. That song. I don't know any words to the new age music. Yeah.
Then they started talking about Justin Bieber had been in a fentanyl fold, and I'm just like,
what in the fentanyl fold? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we'll go over that later.
So that was when he was on the stage and looked extremely high.
They were saying that he looked like he was extremely. Like he was on fentanyl and starting to fold over and was in his own world while she's singing. And
well, she did have to put her hand on his face and kind of bring him back to reality because he looked
he was really
out of it.
But
I think he looked out of it.
I think he looked out of it, but it was also it wasn't like when I think fentanyl fold, I think that you are not aware of anything that's around you, and you look like you're trying to maintain your balance, like your Vogue magazine model,
like couture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're full, and your body is, your body is like, how are you even standing up when you swaying sideways like that kind of fold? Yeah,
okay,
that's what I think of fentanyl fold. I didn't think that was a fentanyl fold.
I didn't see. Well, I don't know what that would be, but I didn't see that. I saw somebody who looked very high.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I thought,
very high.
He was high.
Drunk.
Yeah. That's what I got.
It looked like he was trying to be
pull it together.
Right, because he's like, ooh, I gotta be on stage, and you can see her truly trying to keep him in the right frame of mind and being focused, but then also getting him on the right mark, so when the stage went down, he was where he's supposed to be. He was singing at one point, he didn't even have the microphone in his mouth. It was just different things that I was like, okay. But anyway, I digress. We're gonna get to the list, and the list is Artist of the Year. It was Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Chappelle Roan, or Chapel. I'm sorry, Chapel Roan. I always say that wrong. Kendrick Lamar.
Thinking David Chappelle.
I guess.
Chappelle Show.
Yeah. Morgan Wallen, Kendrick Lamar, Post Malone, Sabrina Carpenter, SZA, Taylor Swift, and Zach Bryan. And the winner was Billie Eilish. Okay. So I thought that was interesting because that's a powerful list when you got Taylor on there and you got Kendrick on there, and it's like names after names after names, right? But yeah, so she ended up winning. New Artist of the Year went to Gracie Abrams. I don't even know who some of these people are. I do know who these people are. Teddy Swims. Love Teddy Swims. Yeah. So I'm really surprised he was on there for New Artist of the Year because I feel like he's been around like 3 years. But maybe it was on TikTok years.
I mean, he's been around, but I think because he hadn't had records out.
So his record came out.
Yeah, I think that he didn't have any albums or anything out. I think that he was just making his own music and putting it out.
Okay, got it. And you had Shabuzi on there, and you had Chapel Roan. I had to look at you to be like Chapel Roan. Tommy Richmond, I have no idea who that is, and Benson Boone, I don't know who that is, but Gracie Abrams was the winner. You had that the album of the year, it could have gone to Beyonce for Cowboy Carter, Billie Eilish for Hit Me Hard and Soft, Chapel Roan for The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Carly XCX for Brat, Gracie Abrams for The Secret of Us, Future and Metro Boomin for We Don't Trust You, Kendrick Lamar, Jenny X, Post Malone, F1 Trillion, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, and Taylor Swift for The Tortured
Chapel Roan
Poets Department. No, Billie Eilish.
Billie
Eilish was winning everything. I don't know if she promoted and went.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where it was like people were like, hold on, Eminem got Best Rapper of last year, and everybody was like, wait, what?
Best Rapper for the people who had music out last year, or Best Rapper period of all time?
Best Rapper for last year, for who had music out last year.
Okay.
And everybody was like,
music out last year.
That's what I'm saying. So he did drop an album, but I don't know how well his album did. I know people were excited, like, oh, Eminem dropped the album, but I don't know. I didn't hear much anything else about it after he dropped the album. So that's why people were like, wait, hold on.
How's that? Yeah.
Look at Kendrick's last year.
Yeah.
Even look at Drake's last year. Like they were at the peak of their stuff, so I don't understand. But I guess it's from his album. I guess his album did more sales than anything. Because now that I think about it, it's like, yeah. So
sales, you mean?
I wonder if it's sales and streaming and all of that together.
Possible. I'm not sure. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars won for the best collaboration of the year.
What did they do?
Die with a Smile.
Never heard the song.
Never heard the song. I remember somebody talking about it, so I ended up playing it, and I was like, I've never heard this, and I don't even like it.
Yeah, okay.
So, and for me, it wasn't that big of a deal, but for some people, what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So you have social song of the year. So the song that is like the social media song of the year.
They're not like us.
It's Hot to Go by Chapel Roan, Dojo for End of Beginning, Doechii for Anxiety, Lola Young for Messy, Shabuzi for a bar song, which is Tipsy.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
And then Tommy Richmond for, he's $1 Million Baby.
Yeah, he's from Virginia, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
$1 Million Baby.
He says it in the song, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so
Shabuzi?
No, you had it right the first time.
Oh, really?
It's my anxiety.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, so Anxiety. So that was the winner, which, that has been everywhere. And everybody's doing that whole dance that...
that Will
and Ashley on The Fresh
Prince.
So that helped, I think,
and then they did the collab. All three of them together did it as adults.
But I thought that they started and then everybody started doing it after they did it? Or was it somebody did the clip of the show and then they did it and other people were doing it and they did it. Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
And then Doechii comes in and does it with them.
Yeah, she starts doing it with them. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun, it looked like.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of it. You had the collabos, you had the... who else did they have? Favorite touring artists right now: Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, or Zach Bryan. Of course, Billie Eilish won that too.
I didn't know she was touring. Okay,
she's been winning a lot of stuff. So really, it was Billie's night. That's what it seems like in regards to the awards. I see here that they say that Jennifer Lopez opened the night with her performance. That Beyonce did win some awards, but she was not in attendance. She had 2 awards for favorite female country artist and the favorite country album. So Beyonce did win AMAs for country music.
So she got AMAs, but no country music awards?
I don't think she got the country music award.
That's what I said, no country music awards, but she got AMAs.
No country music award.
So you got AMAs for the best country album.
Right.
But you didn't get anything.
But I think it doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily correlate either.
But if it's going to be the best country album, then that American Music Awards, which was the first awards show, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that I don't remember any other award show until later on.
What are you talking about, like Grammys and stuff like that?
No. I mean like for the popular music, like Billboard or whatever. But I feel like the AMAs was the one that everybody watched. The AMAs. Gotcha. So therefore, I would think that what the AMAs is saying is going to be more of what's actually
what the day-to-day people enjoy.
Yeah.
But I don't know who votes for the country music awards.
I don't know.
Country music fans?
I think it's the people. I think it's the singers. The artists.
Yeah, so an artist isn't going to vote for Beyonce for the best country album.
Yeah.
Or Shabuzi or anybody else for that.
Oh, and there was a clip that Shabuzi had about, it was him and
Gracie.
That was great. I don't know who that girl was.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, talk about the Carter family who invented country music. He's like, yeah. So and then he goes and finishes reading his part of the prompter. It was like,
but what I was reading, because I saw that too, they did say that there was a Carter family, that the whole family were people who
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
almost
the white people who were traveling around with the black man who was stealing his music, who was getting his music, and then they would travel and sing the music and say, oh, no, this is what we call country music. This is our kind of music. It's like, no, you just took somebody else's music and put it in your own culture. And now you say it's yours.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, so that's why when...
prompter said that. It wasn't like she just came off the dome.
Oh, yeah.
But But
But then
is
also she's
interesting.
young, so she's not going to know the actual truth, and
Yeah,
a lot of
we'll
Americans
research
in the
it.
future are not going to know the truth either because of
Well,
what we have going on.
funny enough, I was looking at
ministry.
somebody's social media and they were talking about, people knowing the truth about stuff. And somebody was like, come on, y'all stop saying Virginia is in the South. It's definitely in the Northeast. They put this as a comment, and the person was like, I'm sorry, I have to do a public service announcement because I got this comment in my thing saying that Virginia was in the Northeast.
Yeah.
And they're like, Virginia is the South.
It is the whole mother Confederacy.
Right. Mason-Dixon line. Like the whole night. The slaves came here on the boat.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on.
You don't know the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria?
No, they didn't come on those. Come to find out.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Well,
Anyway, even Columbus didn't come on them.
No, he came back later. He came back later with the Nina Pinta and the Santa Maria. I'm reading the Howard Zinn's U.S.
Oh gosh,
the history of America. Yeah.
Look at you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, long story short, we're done.
Yeah.
So there you go, everybody. I hope everybody. Oh, we have to get our music together.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was actually going to say one more thing, but I'll hold it for next week.
No. Sure?
Yeah. I can hold it for next week. That's no problem.
Right.
It wasn't any. I mean, it's something big, but it wasn't anything super.
We can take the time if you'd like to take the time.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
We can go past.
We'll leave them wanting more.
Wanting more.
Yes.
What is the mystery thing that I was going to talk about?
Share,
and it's from the government.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, everybody. Well, there you heard it. So that is it for
Sestra-Tainment.
I hope everybody has an amazing week until we meet again next week.
Bye.